Hello everyone, myself Gyan Singh Korma, and in this video I will talk about the SSB interview. First of all, I will start with the introduction to the SSB, that is what SSB is, and then I will talk about the day by day, the whole 5 day procedure of the SSB interview, and in this included the various intelligence and personality tests like GTO and all this. So let's start. Every candidate like me who have dreamed to become an officer in the Indian Armed Forces and must have to appear before the SSB for its personality, psychology, and intelligence test. Actually, SSB or Service Selection Board is a panel of officers of Indian Armed Forces and various other members who are specialized psychologists and group task officers, personal interviewers or interview officers, and they basically search the ONQs or officers like quality in the every candidate. For SSB, first of all, you have to clear the exams like UPSC conducted CDS and NDA, other like FCAT, and even there are also direct entries like NCCC certificate and technical entries 12 plus 2, and the second is the post graduation. And after you successfully pass the exam, you will got the call letter to appear before the board for your interview. I have just used a term called call letter. What is the call letter? Actually, call letter is a official invitation to a particular candidate who has success in the written exam or to appear before the board for his interview, and the in call letter there is a particular date given to you to appear before the board. And so now to talk about the centers. Actually, there are 13 centers of the SSB, like Bangalore, Visakhapatnam, Kolkata, and Bhopal extra. And of 13, this what is this? For 13 centers, 4 of them are of Indian Army, and 4 for the Indian Air Force, and remaining 5 are of Indian Navy. So now let's talk about the whole procedure of the interview day by day. Uh, Actually, SSB interview is divided into 2 stages. Stage 1, which is happened on the day 1, which is also called the screening test, and stage 2 is from day 2 to day 5, which is called the psychological test. Okay, so now first of all we will start from the day 0. In yes, day 0. In day 0, you have to report at the particular center's railway station in early morning, from where the officer of the board will took you to the center. At center, the first thing will happen is your document verification, and after that the a chest number will be allotted to every candidate for his identity. Chest number is your identity in next 5 or how many days you stay there. Okay, and the board will also brief you about the various tasks and various test tasks and also instructions and all this. Yeah, day 1 is also known as a screening test, in which 2 tests are happened. First is the OIR and second is the PP and DT. So let's talk about first OIR. OIR or Officers Intelligence Rating Test is a particular reasoning test for the every candidate, in which 2 booklets, one for the verbal reasoning and second for the non-verbal reasoning, will given to every candidate, in which 40 questions are there. It means every booklet there are 40 questions, and you have to complete all these questions in a limited time. So yeah, it's simple, means not too hard, but reasoning is simple, and any candidate who have done sufficient practice can make to it. And now second one is the PP and DT, picture perception and description test, in which a blurry picture will shown to you for 30 seconds, and on which every candidate have to write his story of about 70 words on the blurry picture. And then and every candidate have to narrate the story to the group, and after that the group will means whole group have to what we say decide one common story of that picture. Okay, that is all for the PPDT. And after day one means screening test, the unsuccessful candidates will be dismissed, and the remaining will be shortlisted to the pass stage second, that is the psychological tests. Now let's talk about the day second, which is a part of the psychological test. On day second, there are various tests happen like TET, PET, and SRT and SDT. So first of all, we will talk about the TET, thematic appreciation test. TET is like similar to the PPDT, but there are pictures are clear. Means you will and every candidate will show the 12 pictures one by one, means slides. They will show the slides one by one of and 12 slides, but the last slide is blank, and every candidate have to write a story on that slides, and you don't have to narrate like you did in the in the PPDT. So you just have to write the story. That's all happened in the TED. Now second is the WAT, the word association test. Word association test, WAT, in which every candidate will be shown 60 words on the screening one by one, and there will be gap for 15 seconds. So means, and you have to write, every candidate have to write a sentence of his first thought on that particular word. Words will be very simple, like our day-to-day uses. Maybe means you don't think that the difficult word may be asked, but main thing will be how you think about that particular way. Means psychologists want to know your mind. So words will be simple, but you remember that you have to write a sentence in the 15 seconds. That is the issue. Okay, the third is the SRT, situation reaction test. SRT, situation reaction test, is situation test in which a booklet which will be given to the candidate, in which 16 situations are there. 60 situations are there, and you have to complete the booklet in half an hour. So means for every situation you have 30 seconds, and there will be 60 such situations. And the last is the SDT, self description test. In this, the 5 questions are there. Means how your parents, your friends, your teachers, and even yourself, what you self think about yourself. Means what it is basically what people think about you. That will be written to the in the SDT. That's all on the day second. On day third and fourth of the interview, basically GT task will be happen, group task, and which is conducted by the GTO or group task officer. In this tasks like group planning, group discussion, various group and individual tasks, snake race, and the various command tasks, and there will be also a lecture. You have to give the lecture on your selected topic. And beside this, the personal interview will also happen on these days by the personal interview officer. That's all offered in the day third and fourth of the interview. On day 5 of the interview, that is the last day, a conference will be held, in which all the officers of the board are there, and every candidate have to attend and do conversation with the board's members, in which the officers will search how the confidence of the candidate, and also the communication skills also matter a lot. And after that, the final results are announced, and after conference, the successful candidates have to stay there for the next 3 or 4 days for the medical examination, which will be held in the military hospital next 3 to 4 days. the candidates who have selected the pilot or who want to go into the flying branch of the Indian Armed Forces will also have to undergo the test called CPSS, Computerized Pilot Selection System. I hope the video will be informative for you. If you love this video, please like this and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.